sneaking down the hall like an old gray cat in winter, keeping close to the wall.
Ain't that good?
Yeah. Give you some money and then give you a money rod finder to find the money.
Well, I'm fixing to interview Uncle Seymour Washington. Seymour Washington from Austin, Texas. You had a birthday lately, right?
12th of
July 12th. 12th of July. You were 36?
79. Born 1896.
1896. Horseshoe all your life, right?
Horseshoe at the General Blacksmith.
You were called the Walking Blacksmith, ain't
That's
that right?
what I was called, nicknamed Walking Blacksmith.
Because,
I didn't have any transportation. I had to catch a bus and then wait for people to pick me up on the ranch, carry me to the ranch. Dripping Springs was my big headquarters. Dripping Springs, Buda, and Blanco.
but you lived here, right?
Lived here, but I'd go out up on the bus to those towns and they'd carry me to the ranch. I got a knack to handling stock, any kind of stock. In other words, some men go up to a horse to shoeing, and they go up there cussing him and kicking him in the side, injecting him to make him stand still. But you want to go up to a horse's head first and pat him on the neck and scratch him, and I don't care how bad and rough he is, he'll soon understand that you want to be his friend. And you go on and ease with him and handle him careful. And once you get him shod, he'll always know what you want to do when you start to work on him. But if you put the shoe on correctly, the outside of the hoof is where you put your nail. It's just like cutting your fingernails. If you cut your fingernail down too deep there, you got a crippled sore finger. If you stick a nail on the inside of this coronary band and go into the quick and drive it in there, you get blood, and besides, you quick him, and the horse is lame for a long time. Probably may go into lockjaw. So it's very technical. Always keep doing something. If it ain't much, do a little. And don't never forget to get down on your knees and pray to God and thank him for the time that he's given you on earth. And from there, go on and talk to the Lord just like you talk to us humans on earth. Live careful and eat 3 times a day. And eat common, plain food, soul food like beans, turnip greens, cornbread. Drink the best of bourbon whiskey. People condemn whiskey, but they have no right to.
Really?
Because when God created the heaven and earth, he created all things. He also created barley, rye, and if he didn't think that was good for man, he wouldn't let those things grow.
Really?
But he also created cattle of the fields and birds of the air and food for us to subsist on. But he didn't mean for us to eat so much of it until it was detrimental to us, would make us sick. The same thing applies to drinking whiskey, or beer, or anything you drink. You don't have to drink a barrel of whiskey because you see a barrel sitting there. Drink a little bit of it and stop. And ask God to give you the knowledge to do that.
I've seen Unc drink until he had to be carried. He had to be carried from the other side of his yard and put into bed. And it didn't take no barrel of whiskey either.
But now then, on the other hand, according to Mr. Van Zandt's statement, he have also seen me sit down where there's a lot of whiskey, like we've got whiskey here now. But he didn't see me drink all of it. I would drink some and walk away from it. And he's also felt kind of embarrassed because he's offered me whiskey and I didn't want it. And he'd asked me, was I angry with him? I wasn't angry. I just didn't want no more whiskey.
It's the first song I ever wrote about him.